This is the intro, the blue. Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of the Take Courage 143 podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Richmond, and I extend my warmest welcome to all those who have unexpectedly found themselves on the challenging path of childhood cancer. As a fellow mother, author, and certified teacher, I intimately understand the emotional, physical, and spiritual transformations that go hand in hand with hearing the unexpected words, "Your child has cancer." My book, Love Beyond Scope, delves into how my family navigated and persevered through childhood cancer with two of our children. Both my daughters were diagnosed with leukemia 16 months apart at the ages of 16 months and 4 years old. Upon publishing my book, I realized I needed to do more than just share my story. I needed to walk alongside it, and this meant finding stillness, connecting with others, and opening my heart to an audience who are facing similar circumstances and uncertainties. While each of our stories may differ, we share a common bond, an unexpected arrival into the unfamiliar land of cancer. Armed with no warning, complex materials, unfamiliar maps, and a weathered compass guiding us through the uncharted destinations filled with unknowns, I have traversed this land not once, not twice, but 3 times when my daughter endured a relapse in 2011. Recently, a deep yearning emerged within me and a desire to return to the land I once knew and spread good news. This prompted questions. How can I go back? What can I bring? How can I show up? It was then that I reached out to God and asked, what's next? It was when my brokenness met with love and courage that I found the strength to open my heart and share it with you today. And so, Take Courage 143 was born, a beacon of hope, a beacon of light and endurance. It is an opportunity for me to express my worn heart, weathered by the land of cancer, to those in need of a guiding compass. I hope that Take Courage 143 serves as a source of illumination, showcasing the same light that pulled me out of the darkness of guilt, shame, grief, into a place of surrender, restoration, and faith. Through Take Courage, my intention is to offer you my experience, knowledge, and wisdom acquired from the land of cancer. Whether you seek guidance, tales of hope, or even a touch of humor on some days, Take Courage 143 is here for you. It is for those who need to reignite the spark within themselves while grappling with the unfathomable diagnosis of childhood cancer. It is with profound honor that I sit here today, hoping that you will recognize, love, and embrace it as you courageously tread on your journey through the land of cancer. I extend an invitation to parents, family, caregivers, friends, and anyone touched by the brave young souls fighting cancer to join this compassionate community, share your stories, lend your ears to others, and find strength in knowing you are not alone. So together we're going to embark on this journey and to spotlight, and it's driven with it's driven by five clear purpose, 5 essential goals with clear purpose. to spotlight the unsung leaders and volunteers behind nonprofit organizations that support us in our battles, to share stories of families not merely surviving, but thriving with childhood cancer, to bring professionals to the table discussing key educational insights during the arduous journey, to offer moments of levity through when nothing is normal, humor me, when we need to laugh, and finally, to ensure that every child diagnosed with childhood cancer receives a symbol of bravery and comfort through our Courage Bear project. Here at Take Courage 143, our mission is to create a safe place where hope is ignited, resilience and courage are nurtured, and laughter is shared. It is a place to remind anyone touched by childhood cancer that they are enveloped in love and support. Before we conclude today, I'd like to share with you an excerpt from my book, Love Beyond Scope, and my first guest. So I'm going to turn now to chapter 21, The Beautiful Fairy. And in this scene, Lauren, my daughter, is about 18 months old, and she meets her first roommate at Children's Hospital. So meanwhile, Lauren and the beautiful fairy girl were in the same room, but really not interacted with each other. I think partially it was age appropriate for a 17-month-old and a 21-month-old to want to play, but not necessarily with each other. If I remember correctly, my mother-in-law, who taught kindergarten for 30 years, called it parallel play. Besides, Lauren still had a clot. She was receiving daily infusions of heparin to help remediate the clot deep in her sagittal sinus of her brain, but it was still there. Doctors could not tell us exactly when it would resolve completely. Even though she was not having seizures, I can only fathom how her head felt. Secondly, she hadn't eaten much in the last week. She was ravenous. Now that she could sit up and feed herself, she wanted to eat. She wanted to feed herself. No one was allowed to touch her food. She would get extremely distraught if you even attempted to help her. There is an immense amount of comfort in being able to feed yourself. I know it. You know it. Hunger and thirst are powerful. Healing requires food. After watching her devour her cheeseburger and gravy-covered fries, only hours after being released from the PICU, it was evident she was on the road to recovery. Early that afternoon, my mom showed up with an amazing gift, handpicked with all her heart to help make everyone feel right at home. Lauren was overcome with joy when her grandmother handed her the gift. It was a set of 3 small soft balls that were all different in color and in pattern. One ball was lively green with bright yellow dots. One ball was happy purple with bright yellow stars. And one was orange and yellow, alternating like pattern on a beach ball. Balls for me? Lauren shouted as she looked up into her grandma's eyes with excitement. Yes, they are for you, but if you want, you can share them with your friend. Lauren instantly looked at her friend with a gleam in her eyes. Lauren had figured out what my mom thought from the moment she decided to purchase the balls. It was an instantaneous one where grandma's love collides with her granddaughter's broken universe. And the fun begins. Lauren pushed her food away, stood up, and threw the ball out over the top of her crib. Her first shot landed on the little fairy girl's crib. In that moment, hell walked out the door and joy landed in the land of cancer. The girls began throwing balls back and forth at each other. A few landed on the floor. No one wanted any germs from the floor. and we all got involved to help keep their ball party going. They were playing in what we all had felt to be hell. A glimmer of hope shone through as Lauren and the beautiful fairy girl forgot all about what life had dealt them. They played for almost an hour. They were not at the beach that day, but the sun was shining brightly in that room. An aggressive tumor was taking control of all that was good in her body, but yet the beautiful fairy smile that day told me different. Now, today I ask you, where has love shown up for you on your journey? Could you see it? Did you embrace it? And how did it make you feel? I wholeheartedly encourage you to share your thoughts with me. Please reach out via email at takecourage143.com, at takecourage@gmail.com. That's takecourage143@gmail.com. Send me an email and share your thoughts. I will enter you into a drawing for a free copy of Love Beyond Scope. The drawing will take place next Wednesday, May 8th, during the second episode of Take Courage, when I will introduce you to the leaders of Make-A-Wish Foundation here locally in Erie, Pennsylvania. It is now time for me to introduce you to my husband, my best friend, Sydney, Lauren, and Tessa Swab.
Hi, Andrea.
The one who makes us laugh when nothing was normal. So please welcome my love, Jeffrey Richmond.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. So, Andrea and I have some other characters we would like to have you meet today. Let's just go ahead and bring them to the stage.
So,
shall we?
Yes.
So this is Sheep. And
this is Cowgirl.
Cowgirl. So these are puppets that I used to sometimes use to entertain the girls when they were going through their cancer treatment. And we had a little puppet studio set up in the basement of our home, and we would do puppet shows, and we had a lot of fun with them. So these two, along with a few others, survived the years in a plastic bin somewhere in our basement, and they came out for today's podcast.
Yeah.
They're from Imagination Books, and
this one's from Melissa and Doug. But
okay, and they have their own stories and backgrounds, but today they're going to take us through a day in the life in our home. And with that, I'll hand it over to Andrea.
We have a little humor for you. This is Jeff's part of the mission. So I've done my best to attempt to have a real conversation with you.
So a lot of the things Andrea is talking about, especially so far, are obviously very serious in nature. And part of her mission with this program is to also add some lightheartedness and some humor to the situation, because we know that there are families out there and parents out there that are being faced with a whole new reality, and we remember how that feels. And for us at that time and even now, we know how important it is to keep some humor in your life and to continue to laugh and smile even when you're faced with a very grim reality in some situations. So with that, we'd just like to give you a little
we're gonna have a puppet
here.
skit. All right, welcome to Take Courage 143 studio.
I really don't have time for this.
Oh, why are you saying that?
I have too many responsibilities to take on such a big project like this.
Well, here we are. Do you like my hat?
It's kind of cute.
Can I just tell you a little bit about this podcast I'm hosting?
Yes, but can I tell you about my day first?
No, I must tell you about Take Courage 143 before we run out of time today.
Okay, go ahead and tell me. I only have a few minutes. I need to get back to work. What is Take Courage 143 anyways?
Well, Take Courage 143 is a new podcast. I'm the host, and the mission is to connect families that have children with cancer to community resources.
That sounds good.
Just good. It's amazing.
What's amazing about it?
I get to interview knowledgeable people, leaders, and visionaries of nonprofit organizations right here inside this studio and introduce them to families living through childhood cancer, exploring how they can help families find joy and respite on their arduous journey.
Okay, but I think there needs to be more. What else can you do?
Oh, there's another goal, and it's to share hope. Many stories of families that not only survived, but are now thriving after hearing the words, "Your child has cancer."
Well, we know a few families who have had children with cancer.
Yes, and they are so special. I would like to invite them into the studio and talk with them about their experiences. This is all to help parents navigate the country roads and the unfamiliar terrain and the territories in the land of cancer.
Country roads? I hear a voice in the morning hour. She calls me. Radio reminds me of that home far away.
Stop singing. What are you singing?
Country roads. Isn't that where we started?
Oh, yes. It's like yesterday, 1994, that I met you in the cafeteria at Arnold Hall at West Virginia University. I hope you always sing.
What are you talking about? You always ask me to take out the garbage or something every time I get out my guitar and sing.
You're right. I will start enjoying the music.
So what are you singing about?
I'm not singing, but I'll listen while I'm looking for a bear.
A bear? You're looking for a bear? Like the book we used to read to our girls?
Yes, like the book we used to read.
I'm going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. How does it go anyways?
Yeah, how does it go? What an amazing day we're having. Are you scared? Are you scared?
Yeah. I remember, like the book we used to read to our girls, A Bear Hunt. You are amazing.
That's a perfect way to start the search for to find Courage Bear. Another goal is to spread courage to children and families who are in hospitals all over the world. In this vision, all the children receive courage. It will serve as a source of comfort and strength for all the children who will go to the land of cancer, not by choice, but by fate. It will be a reminder to families and their children are not alone in the battle against cancer. I'm not very good at this puppet stuff, but I'm trying. And the dream is even bigger than the bear. And I'm not scared because we are going together without a map into an undiscovered forest with a compass pointing towards love. I will share more of the Courage Bear project as we get closer to the Courage Bear reveal.
Well, you are amazing. Have fun, and don't forget to laugh. After all, laughter is the best medicine. I look forward to traveling this country road with you through the forest of the unknowns. I love you.
I love you too. So before we end, there's another part. Why do I have extra sheets here? So as we conclude, I had to get organized. I'll get better at this with time. As we conclude the inaugural episode of Take Courage 143, let us take a moment to center our hearts and minds. And if you wish, please pray with us. Dear Lord, we gather together in unity and gratitude. We acknowledge the immense challenges faced by families navigating the journey of childhood cancer. And we offer our prayers and support to each and every one of them. In this sacred space, we ask for strength and courage to fill the hearts of these families. May they find solace in knowing that they are not alone, that they are surrounded by a loving community ready to uplift and stand beside them. We pray for the unsung heroes working tirelessly to support the battles faced by our children and their families. Bless the volunteers, leaders, and the professionals who selflessly dedicate themselves to this cause. May their efforts be fruitful in bringing comfort, hope, and healing to those in need. Grant us wisdom and insight as we share stories of resilience and triumph, shining a light on the beautiful souls who not only survive but thrive in the face of adversity. May their stories inspire and ignite hope in the hearts of our listeners. In moments of levity, we ask for a touch of humor to lighten the heavy burdens carried by these families. May laughter be a balm in their souls, providing respite from the challenges they face. Finally, we humbly ask for your blessing upon the Courage Bear initiative, that every child diagnosed with childhood cancer may receive a symbol of bravery and comfort to accompany them on their journey. As we part ways, may the love and support expressed in this podcast echo in the hearts of all who listen. May it serve as a constant reminder that they are enveloped in a community fueled by compassion, solidarity, and unwavering faith. We offer these prayers with gratitude, and we trust that our intentions are heard. Amen. Thank you, everyone who tuned in for this inaugural episode of the Take Courage 143. If today's conversation has resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to Take Courage 143 channel on YouTube. Join our community on Facebook, Take Courage 143. And if you're feeling inspired to donate to the Courage Bear Project, because every child deserves a companion in their battle against cancer, and there is no better friend than courage. Remember, you are not alone. Fear not. Stay tuned for our next episodes, where we're going to dive deeper into the hearts of those leading change. Until then, take courage. I love you. Before we part again, thank you to the supporters of the Take Courage 143 podcast. Thank you to St. Jude Church for their space and technical support, including Father Ross, Tim Rydberg, and Sarah Comey. To Jesse O. Spinagle for leading me to the studio and encouraging me to keep going with the book. Karen Geiger, editor and writer at Storied Life, thank you for showing up at the coffee shop and offering support and help. Also, RS Sports of Edinburgh. We have 41 t-shirts coming, and I am so excited to keep spreading courage. And a shout out to Kim at Talbot's in Erie for shopping with me, a wonderful friend who's always has a smile on her face and a story to share. Talbot's doesn't have an influencer program, but I'll wear their fashion anyways. And on that note, we say our goodbye for the day. See you next Wednesday. No, it's still live now. How does this say stop live?
Yeah.
Do I have to hit stop?
End stream.
Oh, great. I was talking.